Hello my fellow T-Bags, Cineric77 coming at you today, and I'm going to do a quick little, I guess, series, so to speak, at the request of several people, one of them being a good dude's on here, niece, Krista Blade. She's an awesome little girl, cool little chick, man. And a couple people wanted to check it out. Now, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sharpen both knobs. And I'm going to do videos on both of them. But first things first, we're going to start with the Smith & Wesson Blackout. Now, I'm going to get up here on it for y'all. You know, as you can see, it's got a nice edge. It's not exactly the edge of sin, but it is a sharp knife. Y'all can't tell on camera because they are minute, but I have noticed a nice little, here we go, y'all can see them like right there, going down the edge a little bit, a series of small nicks from me using them, or me using this blade recently. So I'm going to strap it in the Lansky, and we're going to put the edge of sin on it, because a lot of people don't know what it takes to get the edge of sin. Well, this is a Lansky Pro sharpening system. The only true modification I've done to this is that I put tape on the jaws of the vise of the angle guide, and I also like to sit here and take some of this same very tape, masking tape. I like to tear a nice piece of it off, and what I do is I go around my right thumb with it. Not too tight, I'm not trying to cut off circulation, but what I'm doing with this is two things. A, I'm using it as a bearing. I'm using it as a friction deterrent. I'm trying to decrease the amount of friction between the guide rod and my thumb, because the way I do it is you clamp the stone on and you put it in the guide, and I hold it pistol grip style, and I put my thumb, and as y'all can see right there, I'm pushing it all the way to that one corner because that gives me the most control, and in return I have a much finer, sharper edge, less waves, less buffunkus, less bullshit. There we go. And I got to thank Brother George down at GI Customs for the use of his favorite word, buffunkus. And what I got right here is a plain flathead screwdriver, because what I'm doing is I'm going to tighten up this one particular screw right here. Okay, and then I'm going to finish tightening with this. Now, here we go. What this screw right here does, this screw actually, I have two of them. It comes with the kit. This one is much longer than this one. This one's meant for my thicker blades, like my Templeton Face, Quartermaster, my Tracker, stuff like that, meant for good solid thick, 1/4 inch or thicker is what I use that screw for. But this screw right here is for every other blade I have, whether it be fixed or folded. Now that I have my blade clamped, it is ready to go. I'm going to give it a little bit of a test, because see that I moved it a little bit, and that's what I do not want, because the amount of pressure that I like to put on, honestly will cause the blade to slip and move. And the one thing you do not want to happen is for this blade to slip and move on you at all. It has to stay in this one spot. Okay? Now, for those of y'all who can't see it, there are 4 degrees, starting at 30, going down to 25, then it's 20, and then it's 17. 17 is mainly used for things like straight razors and razor blades and stuff like that. Fillet knives, stuff of the nature. Very thin, flexible blades. That's what 17 is for. Now, the one right above it is 20. That's what I use, and it's an awesome edge to have. It can be extremely razor sharp, which is awesome, and it's also great utilitarian, and it's very easy to maintain. Going up to 25 is basically your average angle, which is basically what this is, 25 to a 30, and 30 of course is for stuff like axes, hatchets, things of the nature. So now we're going to go through the stones real quick and the contents, then I'm going to stop this video, post it, and the next video will actually be about sharpening. I do not know the grit of any of these stones. They do not say. I do not ask. I do not care. But this right here, this is your extra coarse stone. This is for actually reprofiling, putting brand new bevels on, stuff like that. If you're starting with a completely non-edge, having flat edge, rounded edge, whatever, you start with that stone right there and it removes a ton of material. Next, you actually have your coarse stone. I believe this is 120 grit on the coarse stone here. I just saw the numbers on it for the first time, so this is a 70 grit, 120. Right here is a 280 on the medium stone. It is green. Here is your fine stone. It's 600. And right here you have your what they call the Arkansas stone, ceramic stone. This is a 1000 grit ultra fine stone. You have your oil, backup clamp bolt for your stones, that longer screw for the clamp. You have honing oil, which I ran out of, so I now actually have something a little bit different in here, my own little concoction, so to speak. No, y'all cannot know what's in it, and no will I never tell anybody. I also use all-in-one, all-purpose multi-lube oil as well. In this, you have your guide rods, and that's that. So there's 5 steps to sharpening every knife that I sharpen, just in the Lansky kit alone. And the last step, of course, we all know, is stropping. Now, I do not use a typical common stropping compound. I never knew stropping compounds even existed until earlier this year, when I really got into YouTube. When I say earlier this year, I'm talking like around March, April, around my birthday, stuff like that. Forgive the noise in the background, my son's in the shower. Epic battle is happening right now. But I will let y'all know that the compound that I have on here is actually meant for power tools. It's meant for high speed work. There we go. And my other side of my strop is still plain Jane, run-of-the-mill leather. Nothing on it. Probably a lot of filings in there right now. This, of course, was the strop that was made for me by Brother Corey down at Valley Custom Knives. Gotta love you, bruh. And with that system, just what y'all saw I had there, I have been able to produce some of the most awesome edges ever. That's my baby right there. Y'all have no idea. I.e. my Kershaw Brawler. You can see the mirror reflection right there. My Kershaw Blackout. Same thing. You gotta love that, man. My famous Tactical. You see that? You gotta love it. And one of my personal favorites, my Hiatsu. Now I only have the straight part of this truly mirrored polished. The rest of it is not mirrored. It's just shiny. You see the difference there? Nice mirror polish. You can still see reflection, but it's not a mirror polish. And last, but certainly not least, the poor man's tracker that was reprofiled by Tough Thumbs and Brother Vance. Did a nice sand blast job on it. Did awesome work to it. I kind of gave it my own little makeover as soon as it got here to give it more of a worn, broken in, used look. I don't want it to look all nice and pretty. I just want the edge to look pretty. Now, if y'all really want to know how sharp the edge of sin is, I'm sure I got a piece of PB paper around here that has no holes in it. And that's definitely not one of them. Uh-oh, here we go, here we go. Phone book paper. Okay? On this one, recurve. Not bad. Really. And as soon as I start this, I catch a breeze. Okay. So, yeah. Here. Knives at random. Yeah, see, there we go. See if I can pull a Brother Marshall here. Gotta strop this one up a little bit, but y'all get the picture, right? Y'all should. Alright, well, I'm cutting this short right now. Come back at y'all in a moment with some sharpening. Later, y'all.